Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here from MATTCARVES. So, remember last time I carved this knight, which is kind of like the Lewis chess piece knights. However, it doesn't have facial expressions like they do, and they are amazing at their facial expression. They're like, the queen's quite pensive, the king is kind of like a bit depressed and sad and worried. And it's just that makes those chess pieces. So this week, I'm going to try facial expression. I'm going to try and carve the king in the Lewis chess pieces. Okay, so I am carving out of oak again. I thought I would have learnt my lesson from last time, but no. Anyway, so I'm transferring the image of the king onto the oak there, and I'm just cutting out as much as I can to make this carve a little bit easier. And the bandsaw is always good for doing that. And I also usually can actually carve bandsaw both sides, so I can sort of get like almost a three-dimensional kind of thing going there. You can see it there, but there's still a lot of blocking out to go. So here I am just putting on crosses or circles, which I'm going to take out. There's a cross there. I'm going to take out that big hunk there with this. It's the KUTZALL burr, of course, and really good burrs for blocking out and shaping as well. So if you don't know what the Lewis chess pieces are, it's well worth a Google. Or go to the British Museum. I think they're there actually. And what's great about them, they were made in the 12th century, right? But each of their facial expressions are kind of like humorous and serious. They're kind of comical in a lot of ways. And they just imbue a lot of humanity in sculptures that often were just so serious looking, you know, and they kind of like are little characters. You can kind of almost imagine them playing after hours in the museum. Anyway, so yeah, check them out. They're amazing. So I'm really trying this time to get the facial expression, and I'm actually going from the original piece, which I can't actually show because of copyright laws and all of that, but you can go and have a look at it. And so he's got that real sort of like mouth that curves down and sort of like really wide eyes, and yeah, he sort of just looks so worried. Okay, so the Lewis chess pieces were made out of ivory, and they were ivory from walruses. And the problem with that is they're really good to carve, but obviously they had a hole in the middle. So essentially you can see this bone, it's got a hole in it. So they could only carve in so deep. They couldn't go really deep with their carving. So here, have this back a minute. Okay, so essentially the tusk is actually a tooth. So we've all got ivory in our mouth, which is quite cool, I think. Anyway, so the hole in the middle is actually the root canal. So what really makes these amazing is the fact that this restriction made them carve in a certain way. And so you just look at like this carving that I'm doing now, or have a look at the originals and see how hard that would have been to do, because you can't carve too deeply in it because you would hit that hollow part. And you got to also remember, in the 12th century they didn't have power tools. They had just, I don't know, chisels, maybe some hand drills, that kind of thing. They also would have had a lot of time on their hands, not having to watch YouTube videos or edit YouTube videos, those kind of things, or Netflix. Okay, so let's freeze frame it right here, and I'm going to show you why oak is so hard to carve. And you can see these little grooves in here. They're the grain, and you have like really hard bits and really soft bits, and so you can't get fine detail. You know, a lot of people say it's hard to carve because it's hard, which is true, but it's also hard and soft. Okay, so here's a cross section of oak, and you can see the light patches, they are very soft, and the dark patches are extremely hard. Those other lines, they're called rays. Now you can see here I'm going across with a very sharp bit here, and you can see it just jumping through those. So as it hits the very hard bit, it will go up, and in the soft bit, it will go down. And essentially that is why oak is so hard to carve, because it's just not consistent. You can't get that really nice line. The only way around it is to use really sharp tools, and even then you're going to be struggling with that fine detail. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think the face looks suitably worried, much like I would look if I was a king. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll watch some of my other videos. Also leave a comment if you want me to carve another Lewis chess piece. I'm kind of wanting to carve that one with him biting his shield.